Hey kiddos, Squid General 10 back again, and before we get into this episode of Platinum Hunter, I want to say a Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, whatever it is your kiddos are doing, hope you're having a good one. With that out of the way, today's episode of Platinum Hunter is about Saints Row 4, so let's just get right in balls deep, shall we? So Saints Row 4 originally came out in 2013 for last gen, you know, dirty Xbox 360, and then it popped out on next gen for PS4 and that in 2015. I did play the original Xbox 360 version, and as far as remasters go, I can't see much of a graphical upgrade, which is usually what you do a remaster for, but you do get the DLCs for free, which is alright. I've got to warn you though, the DLCs aren't exactly the longest things in the world. The content's only about 2 hours worth of things to do, so just be warned, it's not the best DLCs in the world, but it is pretty good to be fair. As far as gameplay goes, I've had an absolute blast playing and Platinum in Saints Row 4, that's a bloody tongue twister right there. And with this one offering a co-op campaign, why not bring along a friend and bash out some trophies together? That's my idea of fun. Haha. It's just the little things that make this game a lot more fun than GTA, if I'm being completely honest. It might be an unpopular opinion, but whereas I've platinum GTA as well, and where GTA can be a boring grindy mess that makes you pick up pieces of paper for 3 hours, Saints Row just has this kind of energy to it that makes it really fun to play. If I'm being completely honest, I was up until the early hours of the morning trying to get all the trophies for this game, but whether or not that's me being sad and having no life or the game being really fun, well, that's up for you to decide. So I might have said that Saints Row is more fun than GTA, at least in the ways that it matters. I can't say that the game is exactly flawless though, because while it is pretty fun, I think it crashed on me about 20 times, I got stuck in walls a few times, sometimes I couldn't move. It's not perfect, but it is pretty damn fun. About story for a bit, being an idiot who jumped into a game franchise on the 4th entry, having never played any of the other Saints Rows, because I'm stupid. I found the basics pretty easy to understand. It's about an alien invasion basically, and don't feel put off just because you haven't played the originals. Just don't be surprised if you haven't got an absolute clue who anybody is. Now I can't exactly preach about how everybody's going to love the game. A big draw of it is its humour, which can be hit or miss. But if you like the idea of hitting someone in the face with a neon dildo while dressed up as a blow-up doll, you're probably gonna like the humour of this game, and a big part of it is the humour. Another big draw of the game is just seeing how stupidly overpowered you can get with all your superpowers, like for example they range from a freeze blast, telekinesis and throwing people off the walls, or you can use a super stomp to turn people into tiny little babies, just like Binks' subscribers you could say. Being completely honest, the game is pretty piss easy. Like, I was playing on normal mode and I only died about 11 times give or take. So, you shouldn't really go in expecting a challenge unless you're on the hardest difficulty, which there's really no need to. Don't do that to yourself. Now, what you've all been waiting for, and by all of you, I mean about 3 of you that actually watch these seriously. The trophy list. With about 51 trophies including the platinum, ranging from piss easy to time wasty, you're not going to have a very hard time platinum in Saints Row 4, put it that way. Like I say, most of them are piss easy, but some of them will grind your gears, so we'll get into that later. Like I say, most of the trophies are quite easy, so I'm not going to waste your time talking about how you can beat the story and do side missions, but the trophies I'm going to say will give you the most trouble are the following. One of the things I hate the most in games is where they have a challenge system on top of the trophy system and just slap a trophy on doing all of the challenges. Unfortunately, that's exactly what Saints Row did. So on the screen now is all of the challenges you need to do for the platinum trophy. Like I say, these are pretty much either grindy or easy or a bit in between. I definitely recommend that you try and do as many of these as you can before you get too balls deep into the story, because they start introducing more really annoying enemies toward the end of the story, like these like massive bollock robots, and they are not fun to deal with. Just trust us, do as many of these as you can before the end of the story. As you can see, there's a few absolute pain in the arse trophies for collectibles. As you can see on the left there, there's 1040, which I can already tell is making a few of you want to die. Don't worry, it's even worse trying to collect them all. But it's not as bad as it might initially seem, because they do show up on your minimap. It's not exactly like they're hidden. But it will take a while to find them all, especially if you've only got like 1 or 2 left in an entire city block. It does show you exactly how many there are per district, but as you can see, districts are pretty fucking big, so good luck trying to find the last couple. I don't know if it's through sheer willpower or just me being very stubborn, but you can find them all just by flying around. That's exactly what I did. You can't really use a guide, especially because there's so many of them, you're basically wasting your time. So the collectibles aren't quite as bad as you might think, but they are pretty annoying, especially if there's a couple left. And now the most annoying trophy in the game, spending 40 hours in the simulation. With me basically getting all of the trophies, doing everything basically you can in about 25 hours, that left about 15 hours to do absolutely fuck all. And I don't know about you, but sitting in a massive open world with absolutely nothing to do at all except for maybe the DLC trophies, it's not very fun. So I just sat there watching TV shows, you know, catching up on things like Daredevil and Backdoor Slots 9, you know, my favourites. And it's probably one of the most infuriating trophies, to be fair, because you're just sitting there with fuck all to do. So in my final verdict, with about 51 trophies and about 3 being annoying, should you platinum this game? Absolutely. It was fun from start to finish. I pretty much enjoyed it more than GTA. And if you're looking for something fun, by yourself or with a friend, give Saints Row 4 a go. You might be thinking, oh well, it's the 4th one in the series, I shouldn't really be playing it at that point, but just give it a crack. From what I've heard, it's basically really different from the other ones. So give it a go. If you like it, give it a cheeky platinum. I definitely recommend that you give it a platinum. But most of all, give it a go. That's all from me. Have a happy 2018, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.